do something a little unconventional.
Yes, we did.
You guys have been asking for home tours. We want home tours. And while it's a little different than it used to be, we did it for you guys.
Yeah, we crashed an open house.
And it was incredible. It's modern, it's vintage, it's everything that you could ever want in a home tour. And there's a story. They also really encouraged us for our own goals that we have to renovate a really old property. So we're gonna take you along for that ride, mix in some of our story, and lots of great inspiration.
It was amazing. Honestly, it was kind of a God wink because I had, as many people as are on the Instagrams, I had noticed that she was selling her home and thought, oh my goodness, it'd be a great tour. Meanwhile, Shelby's messaging.
So we literally just bombarded this open house.
It's so fun. I can't even believe she said yes. It's so amazing. So at the same time that I was like kind of looking through your announcement online, Shelby was messaging you, can we come by? And you said sure. And I cannot believe this story. So tell everybody what happened. How did this all come about?
Yeah, so this house, if you're familiar with McKinney, this house has been just like abandoned in McKinney since before I was born. So it has sat here abandoned for 50 years. Everybody kind of knew this house. And I got the phone number of the family who owned it. Apparently he never wanted to sell. I was 24 years old.
We know that story.
We know that story.
Yeah. I was like 24 years old, called him outside. He was like, what are you doing on my front yard? And like, finally, like after weeks, convinced him to sell it to me. So I bought it sight unseen, never stepped foot inside until I closed. And the day I closed, I came over here, changed clothes, got all gross. Me and my parents came over and just started taking all the boards off the house. And that was the very first time I stepped foot inside.
It was a wreck.
Yeah.
It was, when you look back through those photos, do you believe that this is what you did?
No, I mean, I look back, like sometimes, like it was really nice because there would be parts of the renovation and restoration where I'd get like frustrated and be like, oh my gosh, and it was so nice to look back at those like first day pictures because I'm like, I can't believe like that went to this. I mean, like where we're standing right now, like a couple feet over was a sinkhole. There was like a 10-foot hole in the roof that water just like poured in for 50 years and it went straight into the basement. Like you couldn't walk anywhere. And so it was just crazy. I mean, I think everybody, like the house like was like, people were like, oh my God, it should be condemned, like blah, blah, blah. Which yes, that probably would have been much easier, much more affordable. And this house just has so much history, and so
so
it just had to be.
City has history. So if you guys don't know, we've been to McKinney many times. We toured Kathy's home next door. We love our
Ariane
fans.
at Thistlewood, like we've been
Yeah,
all over.
we love Angie. We love our McKinney friends, and we love McKinney.
So Mallori and her husband renovated this home, and she shared the story while we walked through it.
But fun fact, well, we connected all the dots because we love McKinney, Texas. If you know anything about us, we've done so many home tours in McKinney.
I mean, how many? The Bingham, the
Kathy's,
the Tulip House, the Angie's, Carrie Ann's.
Oh my goodness, there are gals out there, and
Yes.
we have a little thing we do where we always have lunch at our favorite little spot,
Patina Green.
Patina Green, and we've talked about it before. And
Her family owns it.
it's amazing. Her family owns it,
And
we were shocked.
We were like, we're obsessed. And so it was like a fun, you know, they're entrepreneurs, we're entrepreneurs, we love home, we love vintage, we love restoring. I mean, what's better?
Why are you selling it? Are you going to spill the beans? I don't have to publish that part.
Oh, no, you're fine. I love it. So I bought the house about 4 years ago, like almost 2 today. So I worked on it for 2.5 years. My husband and I have been living here for about 1.5 years. Kind of thought we'd live here a little longer, but we found another house that we love that we're renovating. And I think I put a lot into this house. Like I didn't want to cut any corners. I didn't want to do any of that. So obviously like sometimes renovations, restorations take more money than you'd like. So I put a lot into it. I didn't want to cut any corners, especially on the design side. Like I wanted my nice oven and I wanted all the amazing light fixtures and stuff like that. So I made sure to not cut any corners like that. So I just knew it probably, my 25-year-old self, I probably wouldn't be here long term. I'm 28 now, but knew I probably wouldn't be here super long term, but I would be here for a little bit enough to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's so fascinating. Shelby and I bought a building.
Okay.
That was 50 years abandoned.
Oh my
or
gosh.
Longer, maybe 100. I don't
No,
know.
I think it was 50 years abandoned because
Okay.
they stopped using it in the 80s.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, kind of
So-
same with here. Like
Yeah.
about the same. It was like late 80s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had to beg. They wouldn't sell.
Same
And
Yes.
Then one
Yeah.
day,
It's so crazy.
the city was gonna condemn it, and they sold it to us up there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We haven't
But
renovated it.
We haven't renovated it, so you're way ahead of the game
Okay.
from us.
Okay.
But do you want to just tell us about what the renovation looked like? You had a contractor, and you did all the design work, and you own one of our favorite restaurants.
Oh, thank you.
In all of McKinney, which is Patina
Yes.
Green. I've spoken of it. Y'all have probably heard me because when
Aw.
we come, we always
We've
keep-
never
Love
come
it.
without.
We've always.
Wow, that makes me so
that's
happy.
what we
Thank
do
you.
every time. It's a
Yeah.
tradition.
So let's start, you and I, talking about the entry of the home.
So you walk in, and as is many times with a very old home. How old is that home? When was it built?
I don't know, but she did something really cool in the open house, and she had cards that gave the story, the resources for the materials, the type of process they went through to restore items and bring in new items and all of that. And so I'm sure one of those I will pop up the year the house was built.
Right, but one of the things, as you all know, is the rooms were very closed off, and it would have been a small living area, but she opened it up, but in the center of that space, she kept the original brick fireplace. So it felt like a modern open floor plan, but it was also very dedicated spaces. It was so charming and so perfect, and I loved it.
Yeah, and I loved that you were graded to the right with the office, and she had some incredible wallpaper on the ceiling. You know we love to decorate a fifth wall, and so that was a great example of that. I will link options that are similar to that wallpaper because I would love to see more people create dark, moody spaces and include a feature on the fifth wall. But she shared the architecture plans on the desk. They had the original mantle in that space. She restored the windows to their original, they're the original windows and they just restored them.
So tell us about renovating the house, the design, and what gave you inspiration.
The house, it has a little bit different of a floor plan. It has the same footprint. I didn't change. I really kept with the outside. Everything on the outside is restored to exactly how it was. Even the front porch, that was completely rotted away, and I had it all remade to look like it was built in 1960. And that hasn't been there since the 80s. So that was redone, but the inside, it had a tiny little kitchen over there. It actually the only cabinets were a built-in I have in the house over here, a little fridge that's still in the house, and tiny little oven. So I kind of did some flip-flop with the downstairs to make it, I wanted to have all the features of the historic home, but it needed to be modern, so it'd be a great house to still be able to live in and function in modern times.
Yeah.
So you'll see all the historic touches throughout. In the front of the house, it has all the original wood windows. They were all restored, front and side of the house. But then the kitchen, I had wood windows. They're all wood windows made to look like all the original windows. So kind of touches like that. It was a little give and take. Not all the windows could be saved, but I think I was able to save about half of them. So
She used someone who was very skilled craftsman, and so that's something that is a dying breed, and we talked about that. Skilled craftsmen in these type of things are hard to find, but she sourced everything as best as she could.
Yes, savvy gal.
powder bath. This was one of my favorite rooms. So it has I always say it wrong. I say Zellage tile. I think it's Zellage.
Me too.
I say Zellage.
Say so.
But I found this piece.
Every time.
I say different every
I do. I think everybody corrects me, the actual people I get it from. And they're like, Zellage. And I'm like, okay. But, so I did that in here halfway. There's wallpaper. I found this piece. Put a marble sink on top. I was real big on unlacquered brass throughout the house. So pretty much all the plumbing fixtures, all the light switches, everything is unlacquered brass.
The light switches are just.
So these are all push button light switches. This was originally in the house because the electrical in the house was actually the old knob and tube. Like, so it hadn't been, like, power hadn't been in this house since, like, the late 80s. So I had to rewire, replace all electrical, not so fun parts. Yeah. But these were the original push button light switches, and I found someone that made the exact same switch plates. So like, exactly how it was.
People resourcing. I mean, Stephanie, our friend Stephanie of Blooming Ivy Lane, they're using, I don't know if I'm outing, I don't know if I'm spilling the beans on something she hasn't shared yet, but surely she has. I don't know, but she sourced in Round Top a barber, like, desk. Like, anything can be a vanity if you want it to be.
Yes.
She also has some awesome wallpaper in there. Reminds me kind of my playroom wallpaper, which is a great, I don't know, whimsical, moody.
Yeah. And I would say the main space was bright and kind of airy. Those secondary spaces were kind of moody, and really, I just love that.
Yeah. And then you walk into the living room, and a lot of these spaces, when you go into a true historic home like this, the furniture is antique, all of it. She did such a fabulous job of mixing, like, the Four Hands look, the West Elm, all of these really clean lines, modern with true vintage, true antiques. I mean, that was off the charts. So I loved the sofa, the sectional, and I want to say, in a recent video, are you thinking about?
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, I like to admit I'm wrong when I'm wrong, maybe, unless you're my husband or my mom. But I am not a fan of sectionals in most living rooms because I feel like they, like, cut it off or make it. I'm like, put the sectionals in the game rooms and the movie rooms, and then in the living room, let's do 2 sofas or sofa and a love seat or sofa and chairs. Anyways.
But it was perfect in there.
And I loved it.
And I will say, like, it was just the perfect fit. And you had the formal dining up front. Then you had the fireplace that was double-sided, the living room. And then she did a sweet little banquette to the left before you get to the kitchen for, like, breakfast, like a breakfast banquet. But what was interesting to me about that is usually a banquet kind of goes into some sort of a nook. She really formed that just against the wall.
Just against the wall. I know.
It was perfect.
It made me just want to throw a bench on a wall and see how it goes. And I love that it was a drop leaf, so you can just...
She probably got that because they're restaurateurs, and so they've had to think creatively about dining, and so that was perfect.
Speaking of creative dining situations, or I'm thinking like making food, that kitchen was incredible, and I'm just going to jump right into my favorite. I literally could not stop staring. The checkered Mackenzie Child sink was...
so sweet.
Where am I going to put one?
I don't know, but here's the thing. When we did the tour homes at Christmas, I saw an original sink from this very old home, and it was where they used to do an actual sink and match it with wallpaper. And I just feel like we need to bring that back. The Mackenzie Child sink. I mean, there is something about a painted sink. There's something about it's absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, that was in the Rockwell Tour of Homes.
In the old home.
I need to find the clip of that because that was beautiful.
Oh, and so beautiful.
I agree. I saw something on Pinterest the other day where they had a green vessel sink with like some florals around and it matched the wallpaper. I was like,
well, and I think really this woman who was behind these vessels with the matching wallpaper might still be around, but you would not have known that 50-plus-year-old sink and wallpaper was not today.
Yeah. Well, it probably felt dated for a couple years, and then now we're back in style. You know, if you feel like...
all comes around.
It all comes back around. So she had Deluge in the powder and the kitchen and in her upstairs. Their primary is in their upstairs.
Yeah, and what I also loved about that was everything was modern, organic, earthy, yet somehow it fit in with the vintage vibe. But her counters, I'm not sure what they were. They were a quartzite, right?
Yes, they were a natural stone.
Natural stone. Can't remember the name of it. But It was absolutely stunning, warm, and just so inviting.
Yeah.
And but she also has a mom who accessorizes and helps her, and she had such beautiful accessories everywhere.
Yeah, so her mom is the woman behind Ambrosia in McKinney, which is an incredible little home accent store, and they do really good. And so the styling is top notch, and we can assume that she had some great help.
Well, her mom calls it zhuzhen, which
call
I
it
call it
zhuzhen.
zhuzhen, so it must be a thing. But one of the things that she did find and was on her wall was an old door. Maybe it was from Mexico, but it was really like just really worn wood with this amazing, beautiful patina. And I thought, this is just, it just goes.
Well, she talked about how she thought it would be an actual door and then quickly realized that wasn't going to be functional, so she threw it up on the wall. And I think that is a great design lesson if you're looking for one. When something doesn't work, look for another option. Let's get innovative, creative. Don't feel boxed in. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's kind of like the lesson you always like to teach about your budget being small sometimes can be a benefit because you have to get creative. You have to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, do things in unexpected ways. And when I leave, do you think this will fit in the car?
Oh, stop. I love that.
This is amazing.
I know. It's one of my favorites. So I actually found this piece. I got it in Santa Fe. It's like from the early 1800s. It's actually a piece of a ceiling, like I think in India.
Wow.
Yeah. And so like they used to hang like lamps on it. I thought I was going to make it into a door. I didn't realize how flimsy it was. So it's just like an art piece.
It's so cool.
Love doors.
Thank
Well,
you.
I love that your style, like when we come to McKinney, everyone has like, of course, the antiques, the vintage, but you kind of have a modern, eclectic flair,
thanks.
like
Yeah.
with the art and just, I mean, even
Thank
something
you.
like that. So I feel like you do your own thing.
Thank you.
Not that that's not an insult on the other houses in McKinney, but you know what
No,
I'm
but
saying?
I appreciate it. I love the antique, historic side of things, but I love mixing in like modern touches. I think that's like some things like once you find a sweet spot of that, I feel like it could just really make a home.
She did admit that her budget was blown on this particular home, and you can tell because the attention to detail and all the finishes were just absolutely next level.
Yeah.
And so everything in the kitchen was perfection.
And she did have kind of a butler's situation that like also had the dark and moody vibe.
Yes.
And you know, I think now it's official. Every butler's needs to be green, dark, moody,
I don't
something.
know.
I think.
I like a blue butler's too.
Okay. I just think they need to be something. We need to make sure they're always funky. It's always fun.
Yeah,
it's
funky.
They're just a missed opportunity if we don't get.
I agree. Laundry and butlers need to be something fun and unexpected and whimsical, and yeah, I love that.
So we took a brief tour of the upstairs. Sadie Mae, your dog snored. This is a boring home tour for her.
She's always sleeping in my lap. Sleeping in my lap.
So upstairs, they had the primary was upstairs, and they had 2 cute bathrooms that were upstairs. I'm assuming it's their guest, and then they also had their master. And I loved that it had the Zalige, but then it also had, I'm assuming it's marble. It could have been a quartzite, definitely a natural stone that was capping it off. So it was really luxurious. Definitely felt more modern than the rest of the house, but also flowed, went well. That was a big space, and I'm curious if when they purchased the house, I'll have to creep her Instagram a little bit, if that was a single bedroom or if it was actually...
If it was actually the attic. It could have just been because they did actually use the pitch of the roof to go in for the bathroom and into the closet.
And there's the exposed brick.
It was so amazing.
And the closet's big.
Big and roomy. So even though you see the vault of the actual roof line, you got this just incredible open
Yeah.
She left it open. And it was just so sweet. It had dressing room in it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And I think that's rare I will say when we've toured these historic homes, they're fabulous. And I love that the homeowners invest themselves in restoring. That's a fabulous thing about McKinney is they really get strategic on making sure, and I know it's a pain in the butt because they have this board where you have to go before and make sure everything's approved. And that's just not always easy, but it's to make sure we're preserving history and we're actually, you see those videos online where people are all mad that people paint like a natural wood piece of furniture. It's just because it's rare, it's hard. We need to keep the good stuff. And so they do a great job, but every single one, it is really hard to find a primary bedroom with any closet, any decent bathroom. They are always microscopic. They're so tiny. But, man, this is a good one.
She knocked it out of the park. It's a great house, and I bet it sells like that.
It's already sold, probably. I don't know. I mean, we genuinely don't know. But I was really encouraged because if you've followed our story, we love McKinney. Okay, being in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we are highly blessed and favored that we can just pop to Dallas Market, go vintage shopping in McKinney, go to Forney to explore. I mean, Mom and I have gone all over the Metroplex and get to take little slices of heaven. We do a lot in Rockwall. We do the Rockwall Holiday Home Tour. We design homes in Rockwall. We design homes in Dallas. I mean, we have all of this at our fingertips. Which is fabulous, but we feel called to the city of Rowlett.
Yes, but honestly, I will tell you, if you've followed our story, we've quit and wanted to move multiple times, and then we've had to repent and say we're sorry because you really don't have influence or any real authority over something you don't love. So we've had to fall in love with our city many times. So remember to refocus on what our original vision and goals were. And she helped us remember. Yeah,
that was what was so encouraging, like what her family has done, how they've invested in those properties. And you have to remember, McKinney wasn't always what it is today. And downtown Rockwall wasn't always what it was today. And what we're struggling with today, if I'm just putting it all on the table and I'm being fully authentic, and I think that's the goal. We used to just go to people's homes. That was our YouTube channel, was home tours, and now it's a little different. We're sharing the behind the scenes of our own design projects. We're sharing what we're doing with the city. We're, I guess, crashing open houses. I mean, I
think we should make that a weekly event. That was so fun. And then we went out to eat afterwards. I mean, it was just like the best.
Yes, local yokel, y'all.
Yeah, local yokel.
So good. I got the macaroni with brisket, and you got the chicken fried steak. We completely indulged.
And Sydney,
our photographer,
had a hamburger.
But
it wasn't just a regular one.
No.
It's all local, homegrown, beef, organic.
So good.
So good.
So if you're looking for a day out on the town. So what we're kind of the step we're taking at this point in time, our big prayer and hope and vision is to see the downtown Rowlett area restored, our cotton gin that we currently own to become a beautiful retail, restaurant, wine bar experience with a beautiful event lawn. And we want a place for y'all to shop. We want a place for y'all to hang out. We want people to want to come and experience that.
I'd love a place for you to stay.
Yes.
We're dreaming.
But that is not the case right now. And so the first action that we're taking is we have our warehouse and we are doing shops. So you guys can come out and shop. And I have multiple goals with that. Number one, to meet you guys. Number two, to have a great place for us when we gather unique finds for our design projects to be able to pull from. And then if it doesn't work, or not because it's not good, but maybe because space planning, every house is different, or
every design style is different.
Yeah, we can have inventory to pull from and be able to get more creative with our designs, but also be able to share it with you guys, because, I mean, don't you want to shop the best stuff?
Well, there's one more reason.
Well, I was going to say, to prove it to the city that people want these experiences. So my hope, this one, if y'all come shop, it's 3902 Industrial Street, and it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. My hope is that if you're coming, with last sale, we had a ton of gals from Fort Worth, all over the Metroplex.
Houston, Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's awesome that y'all could tell us where you're from so that we could put that information together so the city knows that when we create great experiences, and I'm not just talking about Mom and I'm talking about, say we could recruit the local yokel guy or someone with the same dream and vision, or
all our friends who are coming to help. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all, we couldn't do this alone.
yeah.
We have
Michelle Howell,
So many influencer and
Stephanie,
designer friends.
Robin. Yeah, we would. This is a really amazing thing because all the gals that we've home toured are coming together. They're bringing their wares. It's the best of the best stuff, and it's a blast. So we're gonna share more behind the scenes. I'm actually filming the whole setup of this sale this week. So every single tidbit of putting it together. And I'm hoping that if you're not local and you can't shop, you can take some inspiration away to be able to apply those things.
Yeah.
So those are my goals with that, and that's the first step that we're taking. Step 2, one thing we're really struggling with is people that are struggling. I'm really cautious with how I communicate this, and I don't want to come off not compassionate, but we are struggling with helping people who struggle with homelessness in the area because we're the last stop on the DART rail.
Or the first, however you want to see it.
However you want to see it. So they come from Dallas, and there is unfortunately a lot of people that need resource help to get off of drugs, help to get with their mental health, all sorts of things that people need. And so we're looking for an organization to partner with. So DART, we're of course, I sent an email to the DART VP and the
That
CEO.
is our Dallas Area Rep and Transit.
Yeah, the train. The bosses of the train have been informed.
The council has been informed.
Yeah.
The council is very actively seeking to help.
Yeah.
They're being proactive. We're getting on, once again, we're getting on the docket for a conversation.
Yeah. So we've had great conversations with council. I had an hour-long conversation with the mayor yesterday. Sent an email to the DART executives, included the police chief, who I am his force has been excellent at dealing with these issues. But I mean, we had a break-in in the Cotton Gin pretty recently with some horrific graffiti. My husband had an excellent idea to re-graffiti the graffiti with more pleasant, actually the most pleasant phrases.
So the thing is, if really words do have the power of life and death. And so if you've got bad words, you've got to create good words over that. And so the kids did that, and it was just such a blessing to watch because it's defeating.
Yeah.
And then it's victory, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're seeing progress. So my hope, if you want to support us, number 1, prayer. Number 2, come shop. Number 3, continue to watch these videos, give suggestions, comments,
Likes, subscribes.
I have rounded up some amazing links for this home tour if you want to create the look. They will not be the exact links. The homeowner didn't give us that, but I will give you lookalikes that are fabulous. If you want to go follow the homeowner, Mallori is amazing. You can follow her on Instagram, and I will have it linked below. I will also have Patina Green and Ambrosia down there because if you are in McKinney, you have to. And honestly, July 11th, if you're coming into the area, start in Rowlett, bounce to McKinney. There are so many places in the
McKinney,
in the Metroplex.
Corny, Dallas.
I'll make a shopping list.
Perfect.
I will make a shopping list. Make sure the back of your car is clear, and let's do this, guys. Bye.
Bye.